This stream now. Vinny should be right along shortly. In the meantime, we get to hang out. A little chaotic here. So this stream is for the Extreme Underground, I believe. Sorry, Epic Underground. When I was putting the stream together, I got a little confused because we have the Extreme Underground and we have the Epic Underground, both of which have the same start letters. So I was like, the EU, okay. But I guess the Extreme Underground usually uses an X and goes with XU. So I should have known. All right. Hey guys, you can chat with me in the comment section so I don't feel so lonely. Vinny is on his way, coming along shortly. What's up, Middle Earth? Greetings and salutations. Every time I hear the word salutations, it reminds me of Charlotte's Web. Hey, did it freeze? Prezimek, what's up? I don't know if the music is playing in the background or not. Hey, Goth Mom, how are you? Oh, really, Arturo? That I actually never read the book. I only ever watched the movie. My sister was the one that got into reading. Actually, speaking of reading, Vinny has been listening to the audio form of this book, Atlas Shrugged, and so he was like wanting me to listen to it with him, but I have a hard time like just sitting and just listening to just constant words. I'm enjoying it much more. I mean, I just started. I'm just a couple pages into it, but I'm enjoying it more having the book. I just like that old-fashioned feel of like holding a book in your hands and flipping pages. And plus, when I just hear an audiobook, for some reason, the names get all confusing to me, and then I don't know what's what. 80-page monologue in that book, LOL. This book has, let me see, 1,168 pages. Oh, you can't sleep? That's unfortunate. Hey, Lewis. Greetings from Costa Rica. That's cool. I have an aunt and uncle that do mission work over in Costa Rica. They work with the indigenous. I guess the indigenous folks come out of the, I don't know if you don't call them the forest or whatever. They come out and they're able to give them things that they're in need of. Yeah, Middle Earth, exactly. Zombieholic, hey. Hey, Kevin. How are you? Kevin RJ. Yeah, we have a couple songs on the list tonight, and I am not familiar with the bands, so looks like more new stuff. It's amazing how much new stuff there is out there. Let me just shut the door. My kids are having a wonderful time downstairs. I think they're playing Madden together. Yeah, David, so Vinny's been reading the book, and the stuff that he came across he was telling me a little bit about it, and it was really, really fascinating to see the points of view that the woman was coming from, but Trinity. But yeah, so the book has, what was I saying? Oh, the characters. Yeah, but then Vin was, he's so knowledgeable that some of it like is talking about like capitalism and Marxism is what he was getting from it. And when he was looking at it, he was like, well, capitalism actually works like this, not how the book was projecting this thing. And, this angle's missing. He's just got a fascinating mind. Sometimes I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, there's so much information. And his mind works like, so he's so detailed on every level that he just picks up on so many interesting topics. He could have a book club and talk for days. People would eat that up alive. Oh shoot, Goth Mom. I heard those are horrible. I heard those are as bad as having a child. Would you agree with that? I can't imagine. Yeah, that's true. Neil, isn't your birthday in February? Thin Red Line's a good book. I've never heard of it. We love you too, Trinity Matrix. Did you see the new Matrix movie? And did you like it? Oh my gosh. Goth Mom, you've been sick for a long time? Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Oh, and Pain still was there. ER. Are you at the ER now, or you're saying that you had to go to the ER again? We try to avoid the ER right now because the COVID stuff is just spiked. So we're trying not to go around it. Yeah, thank you, Tasco, for asking. Both my parents seem to be doing lots better. But when they got it, they apparently must have passed it to my brother, who has a pregnant wife right now. So they're dealing with it over there, and they've got a couple of kids. So it's just kind of making its rounds. It's like everybody's getting it. That's the thing. Like, people are like, oh, it's just the same thing as the common flu. There's lots of years I don't catch the common flu. But this, it just seems like it's just everybody's at one point or another going to get it. So do what you can to keep yourself and other people safe. I don't know what VEE is. Oran, Jackie. Seriously, Trinity, I loved the Matrix movie when I first saw it. I was completely taken by it. I think, isn't it the second one where he gets to the end and then he realizes he's done this so many times before and he sees all of his reactions on the screen? When I got to that point, I was so I hated that part. The idea that someone is trapped and thinks that they're not trapped was just... Are you serious, Archero? You somehow... Maybe you're asymptomatic. Maybe you do have it. Hey, Jay. Oh, is that Lewis? That's one of the bands that we're reviewing tonight. You saw them while you were in Costa Rica? Oh no. Have you seen Mother Android on Hulu? No. I don't necessarily like tearjerker movies. Especially, I think first of all, I've never really liked them. I don't like to feel sad. But then on top of that, just reading the comment section on our channel or reading the emails is enough tearjerker. Almost every time I go into those, I always end up crying because somebody's in some horrible situation, and we can't help everybody. There's not, and sometimes there's nothing that can be done if people have gone through losses and experienced. You can't bring people back. So that's, some days it's just so much information that people give and so much pain that they're in. And you just want to be able to fix it and you can't. It's just not cool. So I generally stay away from tearjerker movies. I just watched I Care a Lot. The reason that I watched it was I don't know. On Game of Thrones, there was a smaller gentleman. I don't know how to say that, the appropriate way of saying that. But I like him as an actor. Every time I see him in something, I really appreciate him as an actor, and for not allowing his seemingly shortcomings or whatever to stop him from accomplishing what it is that he wants to accomplish. So I watched that movie. I was a little bit disappointed with the movie, to be honest with you, but it was still all right. Call me Little Sunshine. New ghost, you're late to the party. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mike Franco? We thought you got lost. You do? Yeah?
Holy shit.
Yeah?
It's pretty crazy.
Really?
It's pretty crazy.
Oh, you didn't bring a computer? I gotta go get a computer.
Where's the newsroom machine?
It's right there.
That's the only computer I would bring. What's up, everybody?
David Powers. What's goody good? What's goody good, everybody?
Downstairs, I need one. Hey, bring Sori's secret to me.
Office sweats. Sounds like you went for a run, Vin. You know. You know.
Hey, Dorian. My plate of food is downstairs. Here.
I'll tell you what. After we get done this, me and Sori are gonna...
A 3-hour deep dive on the Wars of the Jews by Josephus. And how that relates to the New Testament. Because, holy shit. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh, goodness gracious. You guys, I have a story for you, too. Oh, what a day.
Are you talking about the explosion?
No, I
That's a
forgot about
story?
that one. That was, yes, that's true. There's 2 stories.
I mean, it's incredible.
What is?
It's like John...
All the history
I
stuff?
told you this before, right? Where
This morning you were talking about it.
it just looks like John just had the Wars of the Jews on his iPad when he was writing Revelation. It's unbelievable.
Wow, really?
Unbelievable stuff.
I'll be right back.
Trinity Matrix in the house. Pure sugar. Is pure sugar, is that like a slang term? Because I might start using that. Z in the house. Hey, babe, Zonia's here.
Freaking scare somebody.
We got a really, really special stream coming up for you guys tomorrow.
Sonia, you scared me. I'm like, why is she not responding to me?
Maybe she didn't like you. Maybe she
Well,
likes
yeah,
me.
I don't care. If somebody doesn't like me, that's fine, but I just want to make sure everybody's good. Okay, so you guys, I did this really dumb thing. Well, I guess I did 2 dumb things, but one of them wasn't intentionally dumb. I guess neither one of them were. So I went to cook Vinny some steaks on the grill, and I turned the propane thing on. I heard nothing. I clicked the buttons, nothing. I could hear a little bit of noise, very slight, and none of the fire was coming on. So I'm like, I'm going to have to go get a lighter. So I went and got a lighter, and I got a little stick, and I lit the stick. When I went to put it, well, I left the grill open when I went to get the lighter. I went put it in front of it. I'm not joking. It was like, is that like, can they hear my story?
Yeah, they can hear it. I promise you they can hear
Okay.
it.
So this exploded. I felt like, what was that? Oh no, now I'm complicating it too much. There was a guy, Tom. Oh yeah, who's the one that went into Scientology?
Tom Cruise?
Is that him, Tom Cruise? Big famous guy. Okay, Mission Impossible.
Tom
I
Cruise.
felt like I was on Mission Impossible when I brought that flame. Legit exploded. Like, I'm talking like a big giant amount of like yellow orange gassy fire. Like just it like engulfed me. I thought for sure I lost all of my eyebrows and eyelashes. My mouth must have been open when it happened because I burnt the tip of my tongue. The lighter went flying. Like there was legit like it like pushed out. But yeah, so that was one story. 2, this one Vinny hasn't even heard. So I'm driving today and I see that there's a person that got hit in the road. And
Oh my God.
I've got one of the kids with me, and I don't want the kids to see that. People are all coming around, the person's there, they're still halfway in the road. And so I'm like, yo, I'm getting, and when you tell a kid, don't look over there, like, they want to look over there. So I was trying to get out of that area as soon as possible so that nothing, because I couldn't, my eyes are not as good as they used to be. So that was the other thing. I was like, is there more going on there than I see? What's happening? I'm just trying to get out of the way. So there was a line of traffic. So I tried to get in and the person wouldn't let me in. Like, you know when you could just tell the way that their nose of their vehicle moves forward that they're in dick mode? That's what was happening. I'm like, oh, okay. So the person is like pulling up. And so I'm telling them, I said, unroll your window. Because I thought, for sure, once they find out that there's somebody hit in the road up there and I don't want my kid to see it, they'll let me in, right? And they, like, friggin' started flipping out, both of them. The guy that was driving and the woman, he's like, no, you're crazy, you fucking bitch! I'm like...
That's what was...
Because I went like this, I'm saying roll the window down, and they were
that to
older
you? He
than
said that to
me.
you?
Yeah, they were older than me. I'm like... I said, just roll down your window. No, I'm saying roll down your window. And then they were saying, no, what? And they just kept cursing at me. She finally rolls down her window. And I said, there's somebody hit in the road up there and I don't want my kids seeing it. And she was like, yeah, I'm trying to get to my doctor's appointment. And I'm like, okay. And so I had already started coming in, like kind of nosing my vehicle in there. And then the guy starts driving forward. There's no damage to our vehicle, but he hit our vehicle. And then he starts yelling at me, don't hit my vehicle. I'm like, what is happening? Honest to goodness, I felt so angry, like all that like road rage feeling, it just like starts building inside of you and you start thinking of all the things you could do. All the things you could do, and then all the things you can't do because you have a child in the car, and then you think about all the people that do crazy things in their vehicle and end up in jail. So I'm like, although, if I took the license plate, I didn't though. I just said, okay, you know what? I have to just let it be, and basically just sit on the fact that karma will.
It's called karma!
Karma! But yeah, it was a pretty annoying situation.
Amy's in the house. We got Borknagar on the schedule. Yes.
You know, I just copy and pasted the list, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's on the stream title. It's got Borknagar on.
Okay, well then, yeah.
We got Tina in the house.
This is better for me.
Oh, the actual book itself?
Yeah, yep.
Really?
One thing was, you know when he was talking about the side of the building?
Yeah.
And he was saying, there was something right here. It was half a spire. What's that?
You know, like the things at the top of the building? The spire?
Still holding the glow of the sunset. The golden leaf had long since peeled off the other half.
Yeah.
No, I don't
So
know.
it's like, you know, a spire, it's like the top of the building?
Like the peak of the building? Yeah.
So it's like half that, basically.
What does it mean, the leaf?
It's basically dilapidated. He's saying
I understand that, but what are we talking about leaf? It's not like a leaf that falls from a tree? Like they're saying side? Is that what they mean?
Yeah, the siding.
Okay, well, when I was hearing the audio form of the book, I kept feeling like I was confused. Well, yeah, there's some of those things I don't even know what they're talking about. I'm like, now we're talking about leaves?
Did you tell him what you're reading?
I did. Is that a problem?
No, as long as Ben Webb isn't here.
Oh, I said it at the beginning of the stream. Road rage is so dangerous. Yeah, I know. That's why.
I remember your libertarian phase two. Seems like a lot of us had a libertarian phase. I never did. I was very far right after 9/11, but I don't think I ever went like the libertarian phase.
Oh, Artero, I do. I've been completely confused about this stream because I thought that the beers were for the Alliance stream.
The beers are for this stream?
Let me tell you, I'm very happy to crack some open.
Are the beers for this stream?
They are. That's what he just said.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Is this to your liking, Amy? The volume? Is this volume to your liking? Libertarian spaghetti. Yeah. Although, David, you were never really a dickish libertarian, though. But you were just generally all around never really a dickish guy. I always liked you. You hung around with a lot of dickish people, though, I'm not gonna lie. But you were always pretty cool. Hello, the UK-based suffering COVID insomniac is here. Glad to see you, buddy.
They're warm. I should have put them in the fridge. I'm just kidding.
It's a lie.
I told Archero, I'm going to put them in right now so they'll be ready for when we stream.
It's funny. I haven't touched any alcohol in about 3 months.
Yeah, I know. You're going to be able to
So
handle
I've been straight edge.
Look.
I've been straight edge for quite some time.
I told him to send me something sweet, but I'm pretty sure he said that the feisty redhead was for you.
This is feisty redhead, hibiscus cherry blonde.
Yeah, but wait. Archero, which one was the sweet one for me? Is that supposed to be
I want
this?
the Pantera one.
Okay, well, trade with me. Because I really am...
I'm disappointed you're not drinking Red Bull. Red Bull at 10 o'clock at night? I kind of love myself. To answer your question, sorry, don't pass kidney stones. Ugh. For me as a person, anytime I have pain that bad was I was in labor. Low throbby from the left. Ugh. The Pantera Bears are for both of you. The Feisty Redhead Special was a bonus for Sori. Okay. So that's yours.
This one is for me. Yeah, there's multiple.
There's multiple beers.
Yeah, there's 4 of those.
So when are we supposed to drink them?
Throughout the stream.
Oh, throughout the stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to listen to the music, sip on, sip on our beers.
Okay, maybe I dump my beer in all my water.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. Straight dope. Okay, guys. Here we go. We've got our Pantera. Our Pantera Bear. It's funny because I was like, I want to drink one of those. But I remember you saying
they were for the stream.
No,
don't
touch
those.
that. It's for the stream.
Don't touch those.
What's up, Larry? Good to see you, buddy. Larry, we did an indigenous band yesterday. Even had an interview with them. Sorry you missed it. It was pretty cool.
All right. When we got to start the review so then we can open our beers.
All right, guys. First commercial is on the way. You guys know the drill, and then we will be getting down with the get down. This is the EU Alliance. Why is that so small, bro?
What?
The EU Alliance stream thing.
I don't believe it was that small when I...
What hast thou done?
I
Simple solve.
You did something with that.
Of course.
Hey, did you see this bitch is still asking the same question?
Just give me the phone. I'll take care of it. It's your song review, dear listener. There's the filthy capitalist option, as Sori says. 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get matched down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch, indeed.
Yes, you
shall lead
should.
them.
Okay, so we are in the very, very beginnings of the Epic Underground stream. This is where the Alliance gets to choose which songs we're going to listen to. And the first song on their list is Korpiklaani, Wooden Pints.
Poor Kleeplamy?
I don't know, babe.
The hell?
You pronounce it. And what's the timestamp here?
Oh, it sounds like Korpiklaani.
There you go. All right.
Korpiklaani, and the name of the song is Wooden Pipes.
Wooden pints.
Pint.
And which is probably, we've got some alcohol.
And we've got some alcohol
yeah,
over
I have
here.
a feisty redhead over here. 8.6% alcohol. This is going to get interesting.
What do you usually have? What is it usually?
The Mike's is 5%.
Oh, Lord. What is it? What's the Pantera?
I think it's 5.4.
5.4.
Yep.
So they gave you...
Don't touch my feisty redhead. This is,
Korpiklaani.
I'm going to call it Jen. Jen G.
Oh, that's right, because Jen G is a
She is a feisty redhead. Yes.
All right, guys. Here we go. Okay, you get the lyrics over there.
I'm just trying to get,
And then you got us. Pull us up real quick on that other side.
I'm
and
working.
Can you make sure you're at 2.4 on that side?
Okay, what do you mean, for internet?
Yeah.
So you want me to change? Right here?
Yeah, change it to 2, por favor. Korpiklaani. There you go. Korpiklaani. All right. I guess that means corpse colony. Let's do this. Song number 1. I don't even know where is it? Where did it go? Okay. Wooden Pints. Let's do it. Korpiklaani, I think is the name of the band. Sorry, you are consuming a hibiscus cherry blonde ale. I thought that would be something she liked. Oh well.
Arturo, I don't think there's any sugar in it.
Oh no, it definitely tastes different than this one.
Yeah, it definitely tastes different. It's just not. It's not sweet. I don't think they put sugar in it.
So, sorry, it's got to be Kool-Aid, bro. It's got to be Kool-Aid for this one.
I want to try Jello shots one day.
She's a chick. That's what they do.
Oh, I'm still gonna drink it though.
Put Splenda in it. Disgusting. Disgusting. Look at that. Getting drunk. Getting drunk. With a J. Getting drunk.
All right. Song number 1. Okay, that one was a fun one. Was it fun because we had just started cracking open our beers, or?
Yeah. They got an accordion player as well, according to
Okay,
Rick.
so this is the winner of the Why So Serious poll. Because sometimes metal is just supposed to be fun. We request that you enjoy a beer or other tasty fermented beverage while doing this review. And we shall drink to our heart's content while we do this review. Okay, let's pull up the lyrics. This is
You
fun.
have the lyrics right there.
This was the perfect song to enjoy a beer to.
It's a good, yeah. Well, they've got.
Cheers to you guys. Now, who?
Hailstorm?
Yeah.
Hailstorm.
Yeah.
That's the other ones, right?
Who picked this song? Archero, who picked the song? I want to know.
There's men. It won the poll. Oh, you mean who was the one that put it up for the poll?
Yeah, but sometimes it's like if you're the winner of the poll, you get to
I
pick the
see.
song. So
There's men underground who have never seen the sun, but they really know how to party. Little men from underground who have never seen the sun, but they really know how to party.
oh,
You know how they made it? They made it go exactly with the riff, dun, 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 dun,
Yep.
dun, 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 which I generally don't like, but I loved it on this one. And that was before I started drinking.
it's not gonna hit us that quickly,
Uh,
would it? Well, let me take some more. Okay.
They rise their wooden pipes and they yoke and sing. Yoke is what? Yodeling? What does it mean to yoke? It probably means to, or maybe it just means to wrestle. I don't know.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I did see them, and they fight and dance till the morning.
And they fight and dance in the morning. Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, I don't know what that word means, but I do know. Wait, we can look it up. Why is that so complicated? Anyway.
They yoke and they sing and then they fight and dance till the
I
morning.
have to say, when the music video was going on and you saw the guys leave the table and they just start like brawling on the floor, I was like, you know what? I do think that there are certain things that I feel like that if Hoffman was right and that this world is just like some projection or whatever and there's some bigger reality somewhere else, I feel like we should get another go around to try it as the opposite sex. Because I think it would be fun to be in the brawls like that.
Well, girls can be in the brawls.
It's not the same. Thanks, honey. Did you
Girls
set the
could be-
timer? Okay, thanks.
Girls can be in the brawls.
Well,
Girls can kind of.
yeah, it's just not the same because, like, for me, I was gonna wrestle.
Okay.
She really wanted to wrestle, but I felt so bad to go all out. I
Did
felt
you
like I
wrestle her?
couldn't. No, because I thought, well, how am I gonna do that? It's not even gonna be that fun because I can't go all out. I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt her.
Yeah, you would have beat her. I don't think you would have hurt her, but you would have beat her.
Oh, you don't think I would have hurt her?
Nah. But you would have beat her easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why were you holding back? You should have just went right for it. Did you see mine broke
No,
already?
because
my
what
thingy.
broke? It did.
Yeah, it broke already.
Well, I figured it wouldn't last long on you.
It's trying to deal with all the muscles in my neck.
Yeah. It's yeah, I mean, well, turned out she had a crush on me anyway, so it probably would have been weird.
Weird for who? Well, you didn't know she had a crush on you at that time.
I feel like maybe you would know if you started wrestling somebody and they were crushing on you. I feel like that you might know.
Ridiculous.
You don't think so? You think it would just be straight wrestling? There'd be nothing else?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, you didn't know. You didn't know she had a crush on you, and you had no suspicions.
No, that's untrue.
You did have suspicions.
I did
even
have
at that
suspicions.
point that she had
I had
a crush
suspicions. I had suspicions. But I
on you?
thought,
Or is
no.
it that you have a suspicion that everybody has a crush on you?
No, God, stop. That's ridiculous. Let's just get back to the lyrics. What a stupid thing to say.
What's up, Sergey?
All right. Okay, so they rise their wooden pints and they yoke and they sing.
And they fight and they dance till morning. It's pretty straightforward, man.
Yeah.
The long war is now past. Only
Tables
the good
full of
men have
reindeer
lasted.
meat and the campfire shrines and the brick walls are full of candles. I don't think they were eating raw meat, babe.
It probably wasn't raw meat, but I was trying to, maybe they were. Who knows?
It means reminiscent singing. No.
Yoking?
Yeah, which is reminiscent of singing. So it's
Okay,
like singing.
about the past, all that jazz, basically.
Sharing features of
all the wonderful exploits of et cetera, et cetera. Okay, that makes sense.
The essential parts are melody, rhythm, though there could be words, gestures, and facial expressions.
They need women, meat, and rum. I'm assuming that's rum. Fight battle full of blood. No thoughts about God. They just slaughtered, killed, and tormented. There you go.
Yeah, but
there you go.
It just had a fun sound to it, a fun party sound.
What do you mean?
With the music, and also did you guys see? I'm pretty sure it's called a
100%.
djembe. That tall drum thing that's got the skin over it. The guy was like whacking it from deep. I've never seen that before. Did you see it?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny? He's like, you would figure all this, hey, party, he said no thoughts on God. What people don't know is, this is Old Testament God right here.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Spend the money on whatever you desire, oxen, sheep, or wine, or strong drink. Whatever your appetite craves, and you shall eat it before the Lord your God. You and rejoice, you and your household.
There, your household.
So, yeah, everybody.
Even the kids?
You and your household. We're having a festival. We're going to get some oxen. We're going to get some sheep. We're going to get some strong drink.
Yeah, but I could see if, like...
Whatever your appetite craves. And let's go. That shit is crazy.
Yeah. That was the Bible, y'all. That's our religion.
Yeah, that's our religion. We trying to get drunk. We trying to have some... we're trying to have some girls. Let's go.
Girls?
As long as you're married to them, it's gravy, baby.
Them?
Huh? What you mean?
As long as you're married to them?
We're talking Old Testament here, so dudes had a rack. They had a rack of like 3 or 4 of them in a stable.
Life would probably be better for you that way.
Nah, no, it wouldn't. You'd be murdering them broads.
Right, but I'm sure one of them would just choose to appease you all the time, and I'd 2-piece-er.
Yeah, they're plotting on me, but they gotta do something.
Well, I mean, I don't think that there's a whole lot to say. Except more beer.
More beer. The song is a 10 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I
thoroughly enjoyed it. Drink and be merry.
Yeah,
strong drink, whatever your appetite desires.
You just can't do it all the time. It become engulfed in it.
Well, these guys weren't doing it all the time. They had to go to jihad.
Yeah,
they were coming back from jihad.
Yeah, and they were celebrating.
Listen, man, you come back from jihad, you still alive? We in good shape.
10 for me as well.
The 10 for me.
10.
What is this? Was this the Epic Underground? Whose stream is this? The EU Alliance stream. Okay.
Yeah. I get confused because
what about the pictures? Is that the picture they want?
No. That's for I got mixed up. I thought this was the collusion, the one where they were going to work together on the stream, but that's coming on like the 7th or the 8th, which I still need a definitive number on that.
I'm having a strawberry lactose IPA. Holy shit. That sounds very interesting.
Lactose?
Like milk? Strawberry milk infused with alcohol? Mark in the house. All right, guys. We're coming right back for you. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. That's pretty crazy.
All right.
Switch to wine. But milk sugar.
Milk sugar.
EU is about to break out my whiskey. See, this is horrible. We're a bad influence on everybody.
I know, you guys. Don't do it.
But it's in the Bible.
You have a problem. Don't do it.
It's in the Bible. Strong drink. You guys have any oxen? Anybody? You have oxtail? Anybody have oxen?
Nope. You got steak.
You get your oxen?
Oh, he said you can use the Epic logo he emailed. You can put that up there.
Who sent that?
Archero. Also, we'll start the commercial, and I've got another announcement for you, baby.
If I ever run into David Powers in the real world, I'm gonna split some whiskey with him for sure. There's certain people I want to have certain drinks with.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So whiskey is my David Powers drink. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on.
All right, you guys, we'll be back at you with another song. Hang tight.
We shall return. We shall return. Turn. I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord,
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
and they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Okay, we are in the midst of the EU Alliance stream. And who's the leader here? Archero?
Oh, Archero.
Archero, my brother.
Borknagar is up next with The Fire That Burns. This was the winner of our member Olaf B's Epics.
What?
I don't know what that means. Olaf B's Epics.
Olaf B's Epics.
You've mentioned having a Borknagar album in your car CD player for over a year.
Yes.
But this will be the first time you've actually reacted to them on the channel. Hopefully this one will be new to you as it comes from their latest album from 2019.
Yes, it will be new to me. I had a, well, I'm not going to mention that. But yes, Borknagar, especially old Borknagar, is a band that is very, very, very special.
Shoot, I should have paid attention. I could have got our necklace. We have a Borknagar necklace.
Yeah, we had a lot of Borknagar gear.
Yeah, we did.
Very, very special band to me and to our band.
Yep.
Actually. And always will be. Shout out to the homie. Okay, guys. Here we go. Borknagar, The Fire
That burns.
Oh, that was pretty cool. We're finishing each other's sentences. It would just be great if we could have these things in order like when I do them.
Yeah, babe, they weren't downloading, so shut the fuck up.
Eternal appetite.
was Borknagar.
Wow, what a
dear
great
listener,
song.
Fire That Burns.
What genre would this be considered?
They initially started out as a black. So I have Pink Floyd in the car right now. Mm-hmm. So the Borknagar CD is going back in there. It's been a year of Pink Floyd, right?
I was actually going to put Guns N' Roses next,
No!
but
No, we're not doing
but
that.
I have a feeling that I'm about to get overruled or overrun.
Can you imagine? Doing that shit. Driving down the street.
Wow.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow. Okay. Whatever.
Borknagar.
I mean, okay. So yeah, are they black metal though? Because I don't really feel like that they fit there.
I was looking at the comment section. They started out of black metal and then they got progressive. That vocalist, what he does, he's got a very distinct voice.
Yeah.
And the way that he uses it is very, very, very unique.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very unique.
Absolutely. I guess. Well,
and also the subject matter that they talk about. Go ahead.
Yeah, which, from my interpretation, didn't feel like it was black metal either. Is he talking about the drive in human beings?
Yeah, that
overcome the independent nature of man, a creator and a destroyer. Like the capability we have of wreaking havoc or good.
Yeah, but also the drive to explore.
Yeah.
You know, the Dominion mandate.
To leap to the highest peak, the will to swim beneath the lowest deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. The
explorers,
highest peak and then they go down to the lowest depth.
deep.
Kellen Joss in the house, gang, gang. Yeah. Well, that's, so we're reading Atlas Shrugged right now. So show them the... It's like,
you guys,
wait,
this
actually,
is friggin'
no, okay.
1,168 pages. We already talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
It's no joke, okay? It's
And
not for the uninitiated.
The book, it's very interesting because, as I've said, I mean, it's a classic, and I understand why the book is you did Negative Vibes. We just missed it. And
This is what I was telling you guys about earlier. Go ahead, babe.
What?
Go ahead.
You talking about what?
Go ahead.
Well, Atlas Shrugged is a very, very interesting book because...
They said he shrugged because he had to carry that friggin' book around. So the people was like,
ba-da-ba-ba. But, like I said, there's obvious criticisms of the book and her philosophy and all the rest of it. But I do appreciate the drive that the protagonists have in the book. Mm-hmm. Which is... They're not going to let anything hold them down.
Oh, okay.
It's human ingenuity.
Yeah.
For the sake of the joy of the person doing it. And that ultimately, I don't think we've had any real... I don't think Steve Jobs said, I'm going to invent the iPhone because I care about people.
Right.
I think he invented the iPhone and worked with everybody because he had self-oriented desires. Mm-hmm. That we then benefit from, obviously. Mm-hmm. We've benefited from those.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, that's one of the arguments, people have, against Ayn Rand is that it seems to exalt selfishness or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm not sure that all of these leaps in the human family have been done because some monk was in some temple somewhere saying, I want to do this for humanity. It was just something where somebody became obsessed about something.
Right.
And
the Wright brothers.
Yeah. I don't think the Wright brothers were doing the whole airplane thing because I just think they became obsessed about it. They couldn't shake it.
Yeah, I don't think that they would take the risks that you've seen the footage, right?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't believe they'd do that if it was like something that they were. I think you're right. I think that there was a certain obsession that kind of took over and they're like, let's do this.
Yeah, the Brotherhood of Man. I don't think that.
Yeah.
And again, what's interesting is, some of this has to do with, religion to a degree where you have the sacred secular divide.
Yep.
And so things that are done in a secular context for purely, quote, secular reasons are somehow less valuable than if you do them for religious reasons. But it's like, I don't know, man. I think Steve Jobs has done a lot of God's work with the iPhone. I mean... It's connected, millions and billions of people to each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the internet.
Yeah, especially with the invention of FaceTime.
Industry. And all these things that are... I think, the influence of sort of a monastic form of Christianity has permeated our culture to now you've got this very strange idea that unless you're not doing something explicitly for the good of mankind, then it's therefore not good, or some sort of a less of a virtuous motive, where it's like, why do you want to dive down 20 feet below where everybody, like, I was watching my octopus teacher, which is, it's won all these types of awards. It's touched bunches of people. And it was a guy by himself going down into the ocean, or the little part of the ocean that he carved out for himself.
Yep.
And he shared it with us, right? Because something that's good, we're oriented in such a way that most of us, when we enjoy something, we want other people to enjoy it with us.
Right. Which is why you try out a nice, awesome restaurant and you're like, oh my word, you start telling everybody about it because you enjoyed it. You want other people to share in that.
Right. So that drive, that fire that all human beings have, I think all of us have it, but it's we're in a society where that just gets completely squeezed out of us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like like this band, for example, like I don't think they were sitting there going, oh, we're doing this for the betterment of humanity. We're going to help so many people with our music.
I agree. I think that it seems like they just, I don't know if it's because I had that feisty redhead drink or if it's just, I don't think so though, because they were in our car for so long and just the quality of the music that they put out, I don't know. Like
Borknagar?
Yeah, I really think it's some next level. It's very, very, very good. It has the sort of black metalish sort of sound to it, but then the vocal style just was going all over different places. I just think it was really, really well done.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're really good at what they're doing, and we end up benefiting from it. But the drive that human beings have to create and all that, it's amazing and should be celebrated, and we should let people be who they are, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people shouldn't have to pretend, oh, I'm doing this for the betterment of humanity. Like for example, when we were talking about this last night, when we were talking about the philosophy of Ayn Rand, where we were like, we didn't start the channel to help anybody.
Right. No,
You
I
know
know.
what
We
I'm
did.
saying?
We talked about that for sure.
I just did it because I wanted to hang out with you, and I like
Yeah.
music and all. I wasn't thinking, oh, we'll help people or we'll
Right.
provide a service.
Right.
I wasn't thinking about any of that. It turned into that, but if I mean, I love you guys, but if I didn't love metal music, I wouldn't be doing this. I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
If we were reviewing country, I'd be like, well, let's. I just would not do it. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So like, and it's the same thing. Like all your favorite bands, like they wouldn't be doing this shit if they didn't have that drive inside of them. Because the reason you have to have that fire inside of you is because there's going to be all these external forces and influences are going to try to put that shit out, which is another reason that I'm gaining some inspiration from the book, is that there are all these externalized forces that are trying to stop these people from accomplishing their, and again, the book is simplistic and there's a whole bunch of things about it that are, at least at this point in my reading, that I'm like, You know what I'm, what are you laughing at?
It was just cute because you were talking about it, like, was it this morning or last night? And you were explaining the book. It was last night. You were explaining the book and some of the things that had happened in the book. And then you were like, but, that's not really how capitalism works because of this, this, and this. And I'm like, I don't know if the author, because I haven't gotten far enough into the book, I don't know if the author was like, hey, let me depict capitalism here. Let me depict Marxism here. Or if they were just writing a story that
she certainly
has
was.
those. She was.
She absolutely was.
And she had that many misses?
Well, look, if you hold to a perspective as violently as she does, you're going to have misses, period.
Right, because you're going to have blind spots.
Doesn't matter if you're a Marxist or a capitalist.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Ben Webb has obvious misses when he, describes Marxism, right?
Okay.
But he's completely on that side of it.
Okay.
But yeah, like this was a celebration of the human spirit and the human drive to do more and to be more and to go after more. And I understand, like, there's a dark side to that, particularly like if you literalize fire, right? And you think about clear cuts, completely destroying forests, destroying the earth, pollution, that type of thing.
Yep.
like she, in the book, she talks about, these mills and all the industry and the plumes of smoke. And to her, that's great.
Oh.
Because they were not worried about the environment at that time. It wasn't ubiquitous to think about green energy and things of that nature and destroying our environment and the ozone layer. That wasn't even on her radar. She was looking at those things as monuments toward human achievement, which they are. But there's an obvious, now that we have more information, we've got more science, we can look at that and say, yeah, that's not as poetic as you think, Ayn Rand. It's not as that's not as awesome as you think.
Right.
But at the same time, I believe it's going to be human ingenuity that is going to help solve that problem as well. And human technology and things like Tesla.
That's true. That's
things
true.
Like Tesla and things like that are going to also solve that problem. So, I mean, there is a thing about this. They did talk about environmentalism for 2 seconds, but it was people were saying that the sun was eventually going to lose its energy, right? And so it wasn't about man-made pollution. It was just at some point the battery's going to run out of juice type of thing. But there's no real understanding that
the reason for why it would run out of juice.
These smokestacks and things that you're doing are going to wreck the planet.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that too, and there's got to be balance. But then on the other side of that is the solution to the negative effects of human ingenuity is more human ingenuity. Right? Like, that's how you solve that problem. So I really like the song.
That's interesting. That's actually more feasible, I think. Because a lot of times they just say it's going to be, you have to not do certain things. Don't do this. Don't use this. Don't use your cards. Don't do this. Or like you said, if it's human ingenuity, then we can create the electric cars and stuff like that. Like different ways for us where we don't have to go back to the Stone Age to be able to live our lives to save the planet. But how can we do what we do in a much cleaner way?
Right.
Yeah. Good.
Right. And then obviously if you phrased it as, hey, how about we just give ourselves some time until the next Tesla shows up or the next Elon Musk shows up, then that'd be great, right? I think a lot more people would be on board with doing things to take care of the, humanity.
Yeah.
But the way it's phrased, you're right. It's like, let's go back to the Stone Age to save the world.
I don't want to do that.
It's
Nobody wants to do that.
Most people in the developed world would literally rather die.
Right.
And
you're right.
That's clearly demonstrated by the fact that, we're not really making many significant pushes voluntarily to change anything. I mean, if I could, I'd still go back to regular plastic at Walmart. What do you get the song?
It's another 10. Very good song.
9.4. I really, really like the song. Some of the rhythm changes were a bit jagged. There wasn't a lot of transition. I like transitions in those changes. But really like the song. Obviously, I really, really like that band. That band is like one of my favorite bands.
Close to our heart.
And one of my favorite bands. But it's weird because I didn't know how much they were my favorite band because they're in the car a lot. Shout out to Borknagar, but they're in the car. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. But I guess that would make Pink Floyd one of my favorite bands too. All right, dear listener. If you're in regular YouTube land, well, I guess we'll have to catch you at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m., whatever it is. But if you're a great person,
your notifications are turned on, then you must be here.
Are turned on, then you're in this epic stream right here. And we will see you in 2 seconds. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. Alrighty then. Is it still cool for me to come on and plug the Alliance? Abso-freaking toodaloo.
Right now might be the perfect time.
It might be the perfect time. All right. Let's.
I forgot the tea bag and the tea. You know what that means?
So I'm going to text you that. And then you should be able to jump on, right? See what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Take that link and put it in the chat.
Oh, you can't put it in the chat?
Nope.
Interesting.
When we're on Restream, I can't. When we're just on YouTube, I can
totally do that.
There's such a way to...
Well...
Check out the self-titled album. Self-titled for what? Borknagar? Borknagar has a self-titled album? If they do, I will check it out. There's a whole record from them that we haven't listened to. Because we got sent 2, right? And then we got the live DVDs and all that jazz.
I'm not sure.
How come nobody started the Beatles Alliance yet? Just saying. The Beatles Alliance.
There you go, Archero.
All right, Archero.
Come on and give us the plug in.
You can come on down. I might do that. I might do that once in a while.
What?
Like maybe consider letting an alliance leader come on and make their case why you should join their alliance.
Oh yeah, I think it's a great idea. What? Oh no. There's no care for that. Sorry, where did Bacon Light go? Bacon Light? Oh no. Is that what you call this? Bacon Light?
There's a bacon light? Who said that?
Did it die?
Who said no? Oh, we just unplugged it, right? Who said bacon light?
I think that's what I just read. Where's the,
This boy's dumb as hell, huh?
Yeah, I've been telling you that. Excuse me, I need to get in here. Don't get me started.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the
No, I don't. Why would we do that?
turn the light on.
Why would we do that? Didn't we say that was overkill? That's the entire reason we took it off in the first place.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It was. I took it down. I think it fell down.
Where's Archero? Bacon. Now everybody's talking about bacon. I guess there's supposed to be like a bacon versus ham jihad that's coming pretty soon. So that's
Really?
interesting. Yeah.
Oh, we all know who will win.
I like the 80s white engineer frames. I appreciate it, Doug. I figured you would. You like a lot of white stuff. So apparently the military is on high alert and I could be deployed at any time. 8,500 of us. Yikes. It still says connecting. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Take your time. We got all day.
What's happening? He's loading up. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it's Archero. Archero's loading up.
All right.
All right, mate.
No.
All right, mate.
No.
What?
I mean, if you just do, let's do this before the stream.
Do what?
Before the other one. Whoops, I almost gave us a super chat. Oh, okay.
You should do that. Encourage other people to do it.
They would look so weird.
Johnny, I hate that you hate bacon. Oh, that's right. It's Johnny and Johnny. I forgot. Remember that couple?
Yeah, that's
Johnny
why I
and
thought
Johnny.
you pointed her out when she popped up in here. What is better? Which is better? Which is better? Now, this is before the actual stream because...
There he is.
Bacon.
Mr. America. All right, Mr. Anderson, welcome back.
You guys answer that question, and then we're going to ask that again once we do the actual stream. This is just going literal here. Ready? Oh,
Yeah.
I got to get this.
Hey guys,
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
pretty good. Thanks y'all for letting me come on and talk about the Alliance a little bit.
Thank you
What
for
do you
coming on and
mean?
doing
What do
it.
you mean? You're the legendary Archero. We're in your world, my guy.
Yep.
We're in your world. Shout out to Kai for the super chat. All right, I'm going to shut up now. This is the big homie Archero. Archero, take it away, sir.
Sure. Well, sometimes I kind of get the sense from looking at comments, people don't get what the alliances are all about. And I thought it might help if I just come on and talk and say what we do and how we pick songs and stuff. So we're specifically the Epic Underground that we're doing the stream tonight. And there's a handful of other alliances, but we are all about underground metal, different kinds. So we focus on things like power metal, progressive, traditional, doom, thrash, avant-garde, symphonic, and a lot of others. Really just, we try to stay away from the real mainstream stuff and try to give you all bands that you've never heard before. We try to give you first-time reactions most of the time. Just kind of give you an example of some bands we've picked in the past that y'all have heard from us. Obviously, the stuff tonight, we've done Halloween, At the Gates, Fate's Warning, Camelot, Spawn of Possession, Pallbearer, Blind Guardian, Warbringer, Dark Tranquility, Solitude Eternus, Candlemass, Equilibrium, Cynic, Edguy, Morse Principium Est, The Gathering, White Ward, I don't think I said. So we really span a whole lot of different kinds of things, all within just underground metal genres. And as far as how we pick our songs out, what we always do is we set up polls that people who are members of the alliance say what they would like to potentially have you guys react to. So usually I'll just pick a theme for what this poll is going to be. Sometimes that's genres. So right now we just started symphonic black metal and symphonic death metal is the poll that we're doing.
Nice.
Okay.
And,
Black metal.
yeah.
I had a cough, bro. I had a cough. Go ahead. Black metal. Go ahead.
We just started, so I don't know what it's going to be. But we got a lot of both.
Yeah, you just let the people vote.
But yeah, so we say, okay, this is going to be the theme. Everybody pick a certain number of songs that are going to be put into the poll. And we will do a massive playlist of everything that people have submitted, and we'll do 2 or 3 rounds of voting in the polls until we narrow down the top winner that everybody in the audience liked the best. So yeah, we do the genre themes. Sometimes we'll do more different kinds of themes, like you heard the Why So Serious was on earlier, and everything had to be about drinking or partying or other fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say? Drinking?
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
More.
Here's mine.
Skull.
Prost. Ooh. Yeah, another one we had done in the past was we kind of did segments of the globe, and one we did, it was all Middle Earth.
Cool.
Middle Earth. Middle East, India, and Africa was one. And you'll have another one on this one that was all North and South America, but none from the U.S. or Canada, because we tried to get lesser known places for metal. And then the last thing, when you mentioned the Borknagar came from Olaf B's e-picks, and what that is, we will pick a person in the alliance completely at random. We actually have a bot that decides who's going to get it.
Oh,
if
wow.
you win an e-pick,
Like an AI thing?
yeah, I think Zonia is actually the
I
bot
knew it.
pretending to be a human. Yeah.
I knew it. Damn you, Zonia! Go ahead.
But yeah, so whoever is chosen randomly, they make a playlist completely on their own. It's usually 15 to 30 songs. And what it does is basically ensures that person is going to pick a song for y'all to react to. But from the 30, then the whole alliance gets together and votes on it.
Oh my gosh.
To decide what from their list we're going to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do people become a member?
So number one is support you guys on Patreon. All it has to be is $1 to get in. So start by donating your $1 on Patreon, and you'll get a link to our Discord server. And from there, when you're signed in to the Discord, there's actually an FAQ that goes into a lot more detail about what the alliances do. But even without looking at that, a lot of times we'll just say, hey, what kind of bands are you into? And when we get a sense of what people like, that'll help us guide them as to what is probably the best fit for them. And so it's a really good way if you've got a bunch of different bands that you'd love to get reacted to, but you're like, man, I just can't justify $125 doing it. This is just another way to get in and do that. You don't have a guarantee if you do it that way, but it gives you a chance of getting your songs done. And I'd say the other big benefit is you just learn a lot more music. I mean, every single poll we do, there's at least 2 or 3 bands I've never heard before.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, it happens to us, but
you yourself hadn't heard.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
It happens to us, but I didn't know it happened to you.
It's not very difficult for it to happen to us. Look, he's laughing at it. You guys don't know shit.
Yeah, actually, the next song y'all are gonna do is called Iotan, and I learned of that band because another member of our alliance, Northern Scoundrel, said, "Hey, Archero, you'd like this." He sent me a link to it. I loved it. Started submitting it in a whole bunch of different polls, and eventually got through on this one coming up. But the other thing I wanted to say is I do want to give a shout out to the other alliances too. What we do is not everybody's cup of metal. So if you're like a big black metal person, that's the main thing you like. True Cult.
True
is
Cult!
the best place for that. Yeah. And then Neil is in the house right now, but he's not going to show his face because they're too mysterious for that.
Yeah, I know. True Cult, they're the most mysterious.
No,
they're like the
Neil
like the
has come on
Illuminati.
camera. Neil has come on camera.
When?
For his birthday, multiple times. We've done streams with him.
Oh, okay. All right, continue.
So that's True Cult. At the Extreme Underground it's a little less broad than the Epic Underground as far as they don't do power and progressive metal so much. They're going to be more the death and black metal, and thrash is the biggest genre they come back to over and over again. You got Sin and Glory, which is basically going to be your better known rock and metal band. So they're going to do things like Black Sabbath and Nirvana, ZZ Top, those sorts of things are sort of their wheelhouse. And then Anarchy 99. And that's a hard one to describe. I think Negative Vibes is still here and he can say more, but like it's supposed to be a punk sort of genre based, but they don't limit themselves to that. They do industrial and electronic and soul and hip hop and all this other stuff too. So it's like anything that the other alliances don't do, A99 probably does it at some point.
Yeah, they're like avant-garde 99. Let me ask you one more question. So, is your guys' Discord primarily communicative, or does other stuff happen on the Discord with your particular alliance?
So, once you get into the Discord, you've got access to all the sort of the basic channels, so you can just have general discussion. There's sections where it's just metal genres that you found. So there's a channel just for black metal and a channel just for folk metal. So you can talk about those things. There's just kind of humor and stuff.
Yeah.
Once you join an alliance, a whole new section opens up to you, and that's where you can get involved in the alliance and talk about, okay, here's the poll that we're doing right now. Here's what I think of the songs, and so there's a little more focused discussion of those kinds of things. But we also just talk about life and stuff.
Life and chill and, community connection, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything else to say, Archero, if we get into this next band?
I would say keep it metal.
Keep it metal, bitches.
Good advice.
All right. That's Archero, ladies and gents. That's Archero. Hey, Archero, we were not going to let you leave without one of these. Boom, boom, boom. All right, buddy. Have a good one, Archero.
Yeah, too.
That's what we're about.
Yep.
Real metal. Show me another channel like this.
Friends, music.
Show me another channel like this. You got a supermodel. You got Malcolm X. You got Archero. We got metal. You got
bacon and ham.
You got bacon and ham.
And beers.
And beer.
Don't drink if you have an issue with that.
Australian for beer. Hey, be careful not to spill that beer on this device.
Yeah, that's a good bit of advice.
Wretched device!
Are you still drinking that feisty redhead?
Yeah. You want to switch again?
I preferred that one.
Yeah. Yeah, because it has more, like 5 times the alcohol.
Is that what it is?
You lush.
I just didn't realize
you
why
lush.
I just knew I liked it. I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
Rubbish. That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft.
What?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch, indeed.
And a child shall lead them to buy our merch.
A child shall lead them.
I'll do it. All right, you guys.
Speaking of which, we have a friend who has a sister who's having a baby. But we'll talk about that soon. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. Actually,
on the channel?
No, she was on that 8th. Remember that we used to fight all the time, then we became friends.
Yeah.
Shorty, her sister.
Oh, cool.
She showed me ultrasound and everything.
Oh, cool.
Actually, what we should do is probably meet up with our chair. We'll come up with some kind of contest because he's really good about that.
Excellent.
We can hook up this girl's baby registry because it's literally just like a jelly bean right now. So,
excellent.
It's a jelly bean. So, we should be able to take care of her by the time everything.
The little homie pops up.
Yeah, by the time big homie shows up. Okay, now here we are, dear listener. Song
Lotunn,
number 3.
the Tower of Cosmic Nihility. This is the winner of the Progressive Metal poll.
Nihility. Like nihilism?
For me, Archero, personally, this is my album of the year. I submitted in multiple different kinds of polls since they have elements from different genres. It became a sort of inside joke in the alliances where someone would say, well, this is good, but it doesn't count because it's actually the genre of metal. But they would change it to a different genre every time. Finally, another member, Andrew, beat me to the punch and submitted them for this poll, which finally did the trick. Here we go.
So this actually won in the poll eventually?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. The Tower of Cosmic Nihility. I'm going to blame my lack of ability to pronounce that word on the beer. Because these folks are making us drink beer.
They are. They sent us, I've got a feisty redhead, also known as the Gen G.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you guys want us to consume beverages, just send them to us during your stream. And then I said, that's probably not a good idea.
I know, yeah.
Because they'll probably send some weed or DMT or mushrooms or shit. And I'm not going to take mushrooms on camera.
I may.
On camera?
I feel like you shut that down with a quickness.
If you said you would do that, we probably have like 15 pounds of mushrooms in our P.O. box by the time. P.O. Box 7024.
Maine 04240.
All right, the Tower of Cosmic Nihility. Nihility. I'm going to say it that way. The Tower of Cosmic Nihility.
The state of being a nihilist.
Dumb butt. Idiot.
All right.
Liking this shit. I like intros like that.
So
Let's go.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Chero.
These
Andrew.
boys are a problem. Who voted for this band?
Well, Andrew's the one that got it on the list, but Archero had been wanting it on there for a very long time, and it finally got through.
So the Andrew kid got it. He got it.
Yep,
pushed.
he got
it pushed
it.
up.
Wow, that's incredible. I don't understand.
I'm dead ass serious. Send that kid a shirt, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'm serious. What's your size?
Andrew, message us vinandsori@gmail.com, and no. You know what your best bet to do is just to message me on Patreon, because I'm the one that will get the shirt sent to you.
Get that man a free shirt. Holy.
Speaking of free shirt, Middle Earth, I'm still waiting for your information to be resent.
We need, get that. Get it. Size and address.
Size, address, and if you're outside of the U.S., I need your phone number.
Right.
I always wish that they could just eliminate that.
That shit.
This is one of those situations where we've talked about this before, where somebody is saying, like, he's talking about, I believe in solace. When he sung that part, I believe in solace. The guy's voice is incredible.
I believe in solace.
But then he says, I accept meaninglessness. I believe in blindness and I embrace the emptiness. But he says it with such beauty.
I know. Anytime these bands start singing about nihilism,
you know,
I always say the song itself undoes your.
It undoes the whole thing. But you know how, like, we've heard those songs where I'm like, it's like a conveyor belt and trash and everything.
Yeah.
Like that sound needs to, be that. I believe in blindness. I embrace the emptiness and all that crazy trash sounding.
Yeah.
But this is way too beautiful. It made even the lyrics. I mean, I too wanted to embrace the emptiness. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Well, like, here's the thing. When he said, I accept meaninglessness.
Yep.
That was a very meaningful thing to say.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't, anytime these artists, these brilliant artists, speak nihilistically or nihilistically, however you want to pronounce it, I get it. But at the same time, what was it inside of you that compelled you to write such meaningful lyrics, compelled your musician friends to write such meaningful guitar licks, which, by the way, are governed by mathematics. You see what I'm saying? It's like the better the artist is, the less and less nihilism seems real to me.
Right.
The very existence of art itself, to me, is probably, to me, the greatest argument against nihilism.
I agree.
And people might say, well, that's because we're trying to assign meaning to it. We're trying to come up with a assign meaning to ourselves. Man. Why?
Yeah, why is that necessary?
Why would we want to do such a thing? Okay, let's say there's no God, the sky is empty, you're just a cosmic accident. All this happened due to random processes of nature, and all you are is matter. You know, let's just hang out in physicalism for a little bit, in materialism. All you are is matter, and you're an accident, and all the rest of it. Great. That means you have no inherent meaning. Why do you even want to create the fiction of meaning? What is the impulse within man that he wants to create the fiction of meaning in the first place? And then on top of that, what drives him to explain to us that he embraces meaninglessness and nihilism?
Right, yeah. Yeah, why even say it?
And then what drives you to communicate that emptiness in such a full way? What drives you to communicate
the part that gets me.
That meaninglessness in such a meaningful way? What is the engine there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I totally hear it. I totally agree.
If you truly believe that all of this was just random, then, you know, I was watching this guy yesterday, and people were making fun of it, but the people it was this guy, and he was just hitting a drum, and there was no rhythm. He was just randomly hitting it.
Okay.
And people were like, yeah, this is great, blah, blah, blah. It's all this postmodern bullshit. Oh, this is great. It was complete. It was just bunk. But my thought process was, yeah, but in order for this guy to have the platform to give us that bullshit music, or whatever the fuck he was doing. Yeah. Somebody had to make that drum.
Yep.
And there are specific mathematical formulations they're actually pretty sophisticated. Mathematical formulations that you have to do to invent the drum, to get that drum to you in the first fucking place. So you're sitting here beating all randomly and all the rest of it. That's fine. But so my whole thing is like, I don't understand. I get it, but this is probably, you know, everybody knows my song of the year. It's that Chinese band, which I can never pronounce. Or it's a scandal at this point because I love this band so much. Well, I don't know if I love the band, but that song is the song of the year. And it's a scandal that I don't know it. But
whose stream was that on?
That was a couple days ago. I'm not sure.
It was this one? Zurika Guyan?
A week ago at this point.
Is it this?
Yeah. But it's not important at this point.
Well, it is because people are going to say, oh, I wonder what song that was.
Iotan. Iotan is the name of this band right here.
Yeah.
But, like, I embrace the emptiness.
Just.
It's such a full, the entire song was.
And just the way that he sung it.
Yeah.
And there are times where people sing and it just sounds like it started and ended with their vocal cords, and then it's just boop, it's coming to your ears. But then there are times where people are able to capture the feelings of the soul, and that comes out in the sounds, and that to me was what was going on in this sound. It's just absolutely incredible. I just have to, all props going to this band, because holy shit, this is really, really good.
And these people have, I want to phrase this. Okay, so Brady was down 27-3, like going into the fourth quarter yesterday. Mm-hmm. Then they score a touchdown.
Okay.
And then a fumble happens. I stayed completely neutral for the entire game. I stayed completely neutral. And Dorian was jumping up and down, yada yada yada. And then of course, you know, Todd Bowles calls this horrible call, and they lose. But I wasn't that disappointed. Because I'm like, what are the odds? Coming back 27-3, you got Aaron Donald over there, Von Miller, yada yada. But it's Brady. I'm like, I understand that, but football is the ultimate team sport. Brady's not playing defense, and then they give up 2 straight things to Cooper Kupp, and it is what it is. But it dawned on me, nihilists to me are people who have been so disappointed by the exigencies of living in this world that they're now afraid to believe.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, they're that. Well, I'll say nihilists like this.
Yeah.
Artistic nihilists.
Well,
because
there's a verse that says, "Hope deferred makes the heart sick."
Right. Yeah, and that to me is what it feels like. Like, it just feels like, because again, if you truly believed everything was empty and without meaning, how is it possible that you could come up with something like this?
Oh, I just
and why do art in the first place?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then on top of that, why do art that you then share with other human beings? Why do that if you truly believed all of this was meaningless? Mm-hmm. Like, objectively meaningless.
Yeah.
Because what he's saying is, I'm embracing it. Mm-hmm. I'm embracing it. I'm embracing the emptiness and all the rest of it. Right? And then BC says, you know how it ends, the cry of the dead. Humans love to hear the death blows. Why? Mm-hmm. I get all these explanations, but why? Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, how do you know that it ends? How can you say that? At the most that you can say is you don't know what happens to consciousness after death.
Right.
That's the most that you can say.
Right.
You can't say you know that when you die that your consciousness is over anymore. You know, I talk about this all the time. Like, sometimes, like, let's say that there was like an entire society in the womb. Let's say that in some strange alternate universe, a mother was able to have 500 kids at a clip. Mm-hmm. So you got 500 people gestating for, let's say, whatever, right? Yeah. And they were able to talk, and then so somebody gets born, right? They'd be like, oh, you know, they get born, they leave, and they never come back. They're never seen or heard from again.
Right.
And, you know, they see a white light and they're gone. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, what if, you know, when people die, they say they're seeing a white light. What if that's like you transitioning to your next birth? So, like, your consciousness is leaving the hospital and it's going into another consciousness.
Yeah.
Into the, you know,
I think I've actually heard that before.
I don't think that that's what's happening, but
right.
Like,
interesting thought.
But I do think there's a correlation in that, you know, whatever. We'll talk about that later. Maybe, I don't know. You'll probably be asleep. But like, those people in the womb, they would be saying, yeah, man, I mean, and they would call it, they would look at birth as death.
Exactly. Whatever word they used, it didn't matter. It was still communicating the same thing. It's
Seduct.
over. It's over for that person.
Right. They'd say it's over for him.
Yep.
We're never going to see him again. We're never going to talk to him
Every
again.
time they go there, no one ever comes back.
Right. When in reality, they're going into a realm of existence that would make them terrified to go back. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's ultimately what claustrophobia is that you're afraid of being enwombed, in closed up in a womb, because that's what happens when you're claustrophobic. You're constricted in this very specific area, mm-hmm. like you were when you were, you know, whatever.
That's interesting.
So you would be terrified to go back there. Not that it's like, oh, disappointing. And that's why people have like near-death experiences. I'm like, yeah, I get it. But like, when you really truly go to the next phase of existence and consciousness, it would be terrifying to have to come back here. There's this movie called in this state anyway. There's this movie called Defending Your Life, and basically it's an afterlife type thing, and they do a review of your life, and your job is to defend yourself to go to heaven. If not, you have to go to hell.
What's it called?
Defending Your Life.
That sounds interesting.
If not, you have to go to hell. But hell is not like fire and brimstone. It's having to come back to earth.
Oh God.
Right? Like,
yeah.
And I think that that's accurate. I think like when you get to the next life, you're going to have to, it would be hellish to have to come back here after you've experienced what it's like in that state of consciousness and that state of being.
Would you lose all that you had gained as far as knowledge and understanding, and, you know, would you have to start back at square one?
What do you mean?
Like if you had to repeat it and you had to come back, do you keep the knowledge, or like, you know how?
Are you talking about in the movie?
No, if this was a real, sure, the movie or whatever, like if that was real, in that thought process, do you keep your original knowledge? If you have to repeat, do you forget what your life was before and you have to start the whole thing over?
I'm assuming that at the subconscious level, you probably still, remember, hey, whatever. You know what I mean?
So the lessons you learned, you have that for the next time around.
Subconsciously, probably. Again, this is the movie.
Yeah,
I don't believe any of that stuff, but
yeah.
But yeah, like so like I don't believe you come back. You know what I'm saying? And have to learn the lessons, because I believe that God is the teacher. Mm-hmm. So it's not so much we didn't learn the lesson. It's that to me, this iteration of our existence and consciousness is all about intentionality, experiencing and choosing sides, and deciding whether or not you want to be in God's kingdom or your own kingdom. That's all it is.
Oh.
So it's not about learning anything. It's just about whose side are you on? Where do you want to be?
Really? You think it's that simple?
It's that simple. That's all. If you want to be in God's kingdom, cool. If not, then he's going to tear open a segment of the universe, and you and all your buddies get to go there. Okay. But you will know why you're there. Mm-hmm. Whereas if he skipped this step, you wouldn't know why you're there. But because we're operating in this simulation and our intentions can be brought out based on the interactions and experiences we have with each other and have with God, by the time you end up with the your part in the programming is finished and you transition to the actual real world, you'll know why you're there. So if you're in a godless universe, you'll know why you're there.
You know how people will say, oh, like I wanted to have an experience with God, but he just won't meet with me. Or, I try to talk to God, but he doesn't talk back to me. Or, you know what I mean? Like when people really want that experience. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you would say? Would you say, if you want to be on his team, even if it's not happening for you the way that you think it should, or the way that you want it to, or it doesn't match somebody else's experience, if you want to be on his team in the next life, you will be? Would you say that?
Well, what I usually say is anybody that truly wants God will have him. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. So, it's really not that complicated. Anyone that truly wants God will have him. So, the problem is when people are saying they're not having experience with God and all the rest of it, like I understand that, and I'm not going to invalidate that. A lot of Christians strangely feel the need to invalidate people's experiences in that regard. I don't think they're lying. I think they're telling the truth. But the thing is, I'd say this is this snapshot of your life. Mm-hmm. You don't know what God's going to give you at your next snapshot, on this earth, and you don't know. Yeah. Job 33 says God does it twice, 3 times with a man to keep him from going to the pit, so he'll be lighted with the light of life. Mm-hmm. So I could say definitively it's going to happen to you, and on multiple occasions. You will choose what team you want to be on by the time you leave here, and you'll choose. You'll choose whether or not you want him. Mm-hmm. And he will honor that choice in the next world. But if we did not have the simulation to operate in to reveal our intentions and thoughts, then if you ended up in some place in the universe, you wouldn't know why.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know what your role is, and you wouldn't know what to do. So, that's why I'm like, well, what if hell's on earth? What if being born is dying and dying's birth? Would that mean life's not God's gift but the devil's curse? No, I don't think so. Because again, if we are having things like metal music that we can enjoy, and sugar cookies and all types of different things, and holding your firstborn, and reading a good book, then experiences on earth are mixed experiences. Even in the worst, untouchable ghetto in India, you still have childbirth.
Right.
And a childbirth and having children indicates, there's a lot of things that go into that. There's pleasure. There's a whole bunch of things that the child is a fruit of, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't think existence on this earth is purely suffering. Mm-hmm. I think existence on this earth is mixed between the consequences of our fallen state and the blessings of God's grace. Yep. And I think so.
Yeah, sometimes we make life much more difficult than it needs to be.
Right.
That's the facts.
Right. But the song itself is unbelievably amazing, even if it's contradictory, right? Which is the human experience, right? It's the human experience that when we're like that, we're insanely contradictory, but we're unbelievably amazing as well. All human beings are. So shout out to you for being a human being. Also, I have to say, at the end of like halfway through the song, I said, okay, I've got to get back to my old school rating system. Because in my old school rating system, I was much more difficult. So henceforth, my rating system is going to be a lot more aggressive. So don't be too angry, or don't take it personally.
Funny, I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, oh no, I just passed out a 10 before, but this one is like definitely 10 or 11.
Correct.
And there should be a much bigger gap.
Sadakt. I agree. There should be and that's the other thing is like an 11 has to mean something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be giving out 11s all over the place.
Yeah. Well, this one's an 11 for
something
me.
Mythical. It's got to be something mythical.
For me. This one was really, really great.
It's also an 11 for me.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
It was just so good, and the subject matter, you know, like
unbelievable.
It's like if I wanted to teach Dorian about nihilism, I would do it. But see, the thing is this guy's vocal style was insane. The vocal range was crazy. Oh. The guitar was crazy. Mm-hmm. It was one of those things, man, where it was a moment in time when I'm like, show me the weakness in this song at all.
Yeah.
From the way that it started to the way...
I couldn't find any flaws
to the way that it ended. Where's the flaw?
I totally agree.
Where's the flaw? Here's what I'll say about my Chinese band is that aesthetically they push themselves over the top.
Yeah, but we don't know what these people did.
Oh, I agree.
We didn't see it. This whole thing was... We didn't even see them. And we gave them that high of a score.
That's
so
what I'm
who
saying.
the hell knows?
If they were able to do something aesthetically, they might have unseated my Chinese band. But now, every time I hear my Chinese band,
you'll think of this?
Those aesthetics are there.
Oh.
So it puts me in that universe. And so that counts for me. Because it's an esoteric experience.
Well, 11's all around.
Brilliant freaking brilliant band, brilliant song.
Have no fear. We're coming at you with one more song.
Yes, and shout out to Andrew for winning that free shirt, my guy. See, this is another benefit. This is one of the unspoken benefits of being in an alliance. Is that sometimes if you... I've done that like a couple times. I'm like, that fucking guy needs to get a shirt.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
Or that young
Don't forget,
lady.
message me on Patreon.
All right.
Having
said that, dear listener, Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. Vin, why do you think the Jewish people were allowed to lend money with interest to foreigners in the Old Testament, but the same is pretty much prohibited for everyone in the New Testament? The reason is that God held people to a much lower standard in the Old Testament than they did in the New Testament. One is that New Testament believers have the perfect example of Christ. Old Testament believers never had a perfect example. Two, New Testament believers have a much more concentrated dose of the Holy Spirit. Therefore, their actions are held to a higher standard than the Old Testament. And three, the mission of New Testament believers, I think, is vastly different from the mission of the Old Testament believers. Old Testament believers were basically worship one God and hold the fort. They were not told to be an evangelistic people. So, whereas New Testament believers are told to be evangelistic people. And so, if you lend to people at interest, that's okay in the normal thing, in the normal world. But if you give to people without asking anything in return, that is so extreme that it gives you a hearing to people, and that's the mission of the people of God. So those are three off the top of my head that I could see why God did that. Good question. Okay, guys, we're coming right back. Commercial time, let's go. And then BC goes, bullshit. I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option, as Sori says. $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. The child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Somebody just won some merch.
That's true.
Because they had an epic... They had an epic song selection. Holy smogoli.
It was unbelievable.
It was somebody said this is this song is too holy to rate.
I think Davey.
That's a good one.
Davey said
That's
that.
a good
Yep.
one.
Okay, so up next is Crypta from the Ashes. This was one of the 2 winners that tied in our Americas poll, where the theme was bands from North or South America, but excluding the United States and Canada, because Canada tried to cause a war with the United States. No, I was doing some of the... No, that's not what they said. I was doing some of the history with the kids, and it was talking about that like bullshit going back and forth that the U.S. and the Canada was doing. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, they don't want no smoke with us.
Crypta is an all-female band based in Brazil, although one member is Dutch. Featuring former members of the band Nervosa. This is from their debut album in 2021.
Did we do a song in Nervosa?
That sounds familiar.
I was listening to that song for about 2. It was the LGBT one, right? With the it's like the Mormons, and they kicked out this gay thing, and the guy killed himself or whatever.
Oh God.
Yeah, horrible shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my LGBT people. All right, all right. So this is Crypta. The name of the song is what's the name of the song?
From the Ashes. From the
Ashes. Crypta. Let's go. Whoa.
Closure
planes that you have to ride from. See what I did there? Mm-hmm. Or see what I did there?
I think that's what they did, and you just read it.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right, you guys. That one was Crypta from the Ashes. I think this is a song about the Phoenix. Right?
No shit.
Oh, I think that was pretty obvious in the lyrics there. I guess this is an all-girl band, so that's pretty exciting. I have to give them props for that. You
What's
probably
the problem?
should-
Just go ahead. Go ahead. You don't really like heavy. You don't like heavy music.
No, it's not about heavy music. It's just I wasn't, really the fan of the vocal style. It was kind of a boring song to me.
Once again, please.
It was boring. You can't put this after the last song we just listened to.
What are you talking about, Ross?
I wasn't really a fan of it.
Boring? How? How is that boring? It was. What do you mean?
Yeah, it just felt repetitive, and the topic. I didn't feel like like the last one. You felt like it was glorious, and it was like, but this one, I didn't feel like I was rising from the ashes. I felt like I was dying in the dirt. It just.
You are unbelievable.
I mean.
Unbelievable.
And I mean.
You mean what?
People were saying they're going to take the bathroom break now and everything. Like, I wasn't the only one that felt that way. Babe, why don't you come on here and say what you think or feel about it? Look at the way he just looked at me. You should rewind that and look at the way he just looked at me. I mean, I just wasn't...
Boring?
I didn't like it. And I didn't like the vocal style.
The mastery of her instruments?
I didn't feel like that there was mastery. I felt like it was just typical. I didn't feel like...
Typical?
I didn't feel like anything stood out. Nothing stood out to me except this beer.
The scale work of the lead guitarist...
Redhead.
Whoa, the scale work of the lead guitarist didn't stand out?
Didn't stand out to me.
Did you understand what it takes to play the way
babe,
that girl was
playing?
playing?
Moron. I don't know if I understood it or if I didn't understand it. I just didn't like it. You don't have to understand the theory of music to know whether you like a song. The last song, I don't understand the theory of what they did, but I know that shit was good.
No, but you were basically saying it was nothing. It was simplistic. Yada yada yada. How is that possible?
I didn't say simplistic. I said boring, and I think it was boring. And I wouldn't listen to the song again.
What? Okay. Boring. You said the song...
I felt bored. I don't know how else to say that. Are you just
trying to be edgy? Are you trying to be edgy because you have some sauce?
Yeah, I have an opinion that differs from yours, so I'm just trying to be edgy.
No, there's a difference between saying a band is boring. How could they be boring?
I felt bored.
You said you didn't see,
bored.
I
don't know how else to say that.
You didn't see the mastery of the instrument?
They
didn't have any instrumental mastery at all.
I didn't say that. I
drumming.
just said I didn't notice it, and I felt bored when I was listening to the song, and the lyrics were just... I mean, I was like, wow. A lot of times I'm confused by the lyrics. I'm like, wow, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about, man. Vin, tell me. But on this one, I was like, well, we're talking about the Phoenix. Yeah, this is really obviously the Phoenix. Well, but I didn't feel like I was rising from the ashes. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, this band, these ladies were in another band.
I know, and you know what? That's the thing that I hate about it is like it's an all-girl band, so I don't want to be the girl that doesn't like it, but... We just said on the last review, I'm not rating it. I'm going back to the old rating system like you, like if it's good, it's going to be good. And so this
Yeah, but how could you say that it's boring when
I
it was
felt
heavy
bored.
as hell?
I didn't say the song was boring. I said I felt bored.
Was it heavy?
Yeah, I guess it was. But it wasn't.
You guess it was heavy.
It wasn't to my liking.
All right. Well,
God, can a person have an opinion that differs from the EU and you?
But I have an opinion about your opinion. I'm allowed that too.
Facts. Go ahead.
I think you have a shit opinion. I think that's a terrible opinion.
All right, Vin, will give us your opinion. Let's see where you go.
First of all, it was a massively heavy song. It was very, very heavy. It was probably the heaviest song we've listened to in the night.
Is it the song of the year for you?
Ridiculous.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
Just carry on.
The song before was also an epic song, and that didn't make Song of the Year either. You got to be in a certain category to hit Song of the Year, you dumb butt.
They're fun to see. LOL. I guess they might be. But I didn't see them. I heard them.
All right, here's
okay,
the...
so just give me your breakdown and try to... sometimes, like, something's getting a very... look. Should I post that? Okay.
What?
Dwayne.
Oh, it was massively boring. Of course there's going to be people that agree with you,
babe,
of course. What a shocker.
Wow.
What a shocker.
People can't have an opinion that agrees with mine without it being they're going to agree with me. People
what
have
do you
opinions.
Mean? I didn't say that. I said,
Listen,
of course, there are going to be people that agree with you. What is that?
Because the song is boring. Okay, so explain to me, because there are times where I'm going to rate a song super low, and then you break down the lyrics, and I'm like, wow, okay, I can't rate that low. That has got to come up. So just, do your best to sell this band to me, Vin.
Okay.
You can even put it back on and let me hear a little clip. Whatever you got to do, but it's not looking good.
I don't need to sell. What the hell? I don't need to sell anything to you. These guys are brilliant. They don't need your opinion.
Okay, well,
or mine for that matter.
Wow. Okay, give your opinion.
Okay. First of all, the drumming was insane.
Okay.
The drumming was crazy. The mastery of the instruments was crazy. They did a really, really, really good job. The time has come to the... Let me just... let's see what Kellendross said. Kellendross knows what he's talking about. See, Kellendross actually is holding a guitar because he actually plays the instruments. So he knows guitar talent when he sees it. We continue. Both bands are from Brazil that one are polar opposites. But I wonder if Sori will hate them both. I guess they aren't doing Hebra tonight, though. Okay, that wasn't really a defense of my band, but okay. The time has come to depart, and from the scene, remove your heart. With the cycle closure that's near, comes self-sacrifice freed from fear. How could that not resonate with you? Don't you want to be free from fear?
Yeah, but I mean... Babe, the song didn't do it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. It just...
Vin sounds like the John Lennon fans when Vin's Imagine reaction.
You're right.
No, because that song was it was sickly simplistic. That song had like a half a chord in it. In that song, it was
half
so
a chord.
Simple. It was so simple. That song, I could teach you that song in 4 seconds. That song.
May the gods punish you.
No. Okay, musically, what song was more complex? This one or that one?
We don't have to go there. Just
exactly.
Just talk about this song, babe.
All right. So anyway, look, they were in another band. They left the band, right? So they have to depart. Those transitions are terrifying to people. They're really terrifying. You know what I'm saying? Like to leave a comfortable situation. From the scene, remove your heart. Mm-hmm. Or her heart, it says here. You got to remove your heart and go somewhere else. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And you got to leave your scene.
So it's more than just the Phoenix.
And self-sacrifice freed from fear, which is very important because...
You have to sacrifice yourself to be able to overcome fears. For instance, if somebody has a fear of heights, we were just talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Then they have to sacrifice their own self and climb that wall to overcome their fear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shout out to the big homie who went with his mom to do that.
Oh, somebody did that?
I was telling you about it earlier. You weren't listening to me? You didn't listen?
No.
Rude.
You didn't tell me that.
Babe, I literally did when we were in the room talking, and I said the kid went and faced his fears, and he was climbing up the wall, and his mom was encouraging him. He only made it a quarter of the way, or part of the way.
Not at all.
I did. I literally said it all.
All right, go ahead. Read the next
you
thing.
You were playing games when I was talking, so.
Well, I mean, that's what you get, interrupting me.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead. Keep going. So then, and then that's where we're going with the Phoenix theme. So the transition in the person's life, they're going to die, and then they're going to be reborn to a new cycle of their life, and things are going to be different, but they have to sacrifice to get freed from their fear. Yeah, it's a good message.
Yeah.
Immortality dwells on her wings, a dying breath as she sings.
Well, But that's the thing though. Like everybody says that. Everybody knows that about fear or whatever. But most people really don't move out of a state of fear. Most people live their entire lives in a state of fear. That's the thing. So
That's the thing.
what? No,
Okay.
I'm serious.
Yeah, okay. I believe you. It was just funny the way you said it. Okay?
Why? Why is that funny?
Just the way some of the words that you choose to use are just funny to me.
Well, this is I don't know how this is going to come off, but that's been my whole life, having to go to a different scene.
Yeah.
Or having to look things that you're afraid of right in the face and, you know, divert and all the rest of it. I never had any of that safe shit. So there are so many cycles of death and rebirth in my life that I'm like, yeah, I can relate to this. You conversely have led a relatively comfortable life and you're hesitant to do those things. And so maybe those lyrics don't resonate with you as much.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. We'll blame it on me why I thought the song was boring.
I'm not saying blame. It's not a blame thing. I'm just saying there's a reason why certain lyrics resonate with certain people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not valid? You don't think there's any validity to that at all? Like zero validity. I'm not talking about the musicianship.
Well, I said that the
you're just
lyrics
not
were
into
good when you
metal.
first read the lyrics there and you
Oh, you
explained
said
the
that they were
cycle
basic
thing.
at the beginning.
I said that the song was boring, and I stand by that.
Right. So I'm saying, is it possible that you would be less appreciative of the lyrics or you would relate less to them because you're not this kind of person?
No, I'll tell you what I don't relate to. The repetitive nature of it, the wings, sings, you know, stuff like that. When stuff like, I don't even know where the other rhyming is. Yeah, I just didn't feel it, babe. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it in my soul. I didn't feel it anywhere.
That was not the question I asked you.
Oh, we'll start the question again.
I'm just saying, is it possible that since you're not, you know, you've lived a relatively comfortable life and that you don't generally make those kinds of decisions on a regular basis, is it possible that that doesn't resonate with you as much as it would a person like me? That's all I said. We're talking about the lyrics now. We're not talking about the...
Yeah, I mean, I guess that it's not impossible. I just don't think that's the case. It just doesn't resonate with me. I mean, there's been songs, I can't name them, but there's been songs that talk about the topic of fear and things like that I can say, oh, I'm not there yet, but I'm not a nihilist. The last song was about nihilism. And I could throw in with that. I'm not a nihilist.
Well, we weren't really looking at the lyrics.
I looked at the lyrics and I pointed a few of them out there that really like, wow, that was really well written.
You look pretty defensive right now.
Well, that's
Pretty
because
defensive.
People can't have an opinion.
You absolutely can have an opinion. What do you mean?
Babe, it's boring to me.
It's
boring. It's boring.
I was
it's
asking
boring,
you a
it's
question.
boring.
What are you getting so defensive about it?
I think it's boring.
You're allowed to think
And I
it's
feel
boring.
like, but then you twisted that me thinking it was boring to all of a sudden being like, wow, you're just like a scared person that doesn't want to grow, and that's why you think the song's boring.
Whoa! I never said that.
But that's kind of where you were putting the pieces, right?
You know me.
That's how you were setting up
You
the
know how I
board.
get down. If I thought that, I'd just say that about you.
Okay, what exactly were you saying then?
I wasn't saying anything. I was asking you.
Say it again.
I asked you a question.
It was a leading question.
It wasn't a leading question.
All right, go ahead.
Because what I
said it was possible.
What
There's
I was
your answer.
You know what I was gonna do? I was gonna say you can't relate to this because. But I said, you know what? No, you don't know that. So ask her.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
So
that's not why.
Stop.
I don't believe
So
that's
what
why
I'm
I can't
telling
relate
you,
with the
stop.
song.
So what I'm telling you is that's what I thought. But I said, I tell you all the time, you can't assume shit about people.
Yeah.
So I asked the question,
Yeah.
giving you that benefit of the doubt, and then you were the one that turned it around into something else.
Well, I knew where it was going behind the scenes because you already said you just told on yourself.
Did you hear what I just said?
No, you just told on yourself.
No, I didn't. Because
you
if
did.
you would have
said
said
you had that question.
Listen. If
You
you
had
would have
that
said
thought,
no,
and you said, let me
if
phrase
you
this
would have
as a
said no,
question.
listen. If you would have said no, I would have believed you. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't say yes or no.
Yeah, you didn't answer the question. You just got defensive and emotional.
No, I'm saying I don't believe that that's the case. I simply don't. Look at you.
No, I'm just saying you got defensive and emotional.
Babe, I don't like the song.
I'm not talking. We're not even talking about you liking the song or not right now. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what, I think you've had too much to drink.
No.
Rate the song.
No.
Rate the song.
Look at Amy Lee. Look at what she's saying. Look at that. There's no validity there?
Oh, yeah, right. That's an objective source for sure.
I mean...
For sure. Go ahead. Rate the song.
I gave it a 6. I already had that decided.
All right. The 9.2 for me. It was heavy as hell.
Storm, is this really worth it, honestly?
Worth
Absolutely.
what? Worth what?
To argue about, maybe?
Oh,
Look, yo, calm down, guys. No, this is.
Well, it's my love language. I don't know about. I don't really know what your love language is in these situations.
Well, I guess you should get to know me then.
I kind of know you enough as it is already.
Gross.
Dwayne goes, 6 is too high. Boring.
Yeah, honestly, probably 6 was too high.
It's a 9.2 for me. I love the song.
That's such bullshit, babe. Wow. Suck up to the band, why don't you? Oh my god.
They're not even here. What do you mean?
Yeah, if they're going to see the review.
I'm sure Amy's going to say, Sori always gets condescending to Vin. You just called my rating bullshit. I'm sure all the white knights are going to be
Vin may be condescending, but he is also right.
That's right.
Fuck up, Daniel.
That's right.
Oh, I shouldn't say that because you're a child. Go to bed, little boy.
See, more condescension. More condescension. More condescension. And then Amy's horrible example has led poor goth mama astray.
See, nobody can have an opinion.
Poor
and you
goth
notice
mama's been led
it's the
astray.
women that can't have an opinion. I do notice
a negative
this.
4. A negative 4.
Wow.
It's because of Amy's bad juju.
Wow. So there you have it. I'm sorry to whoever picked this song. I'm sorry I thought it was boring. I'm sorry that your song was put after the last song because that probably had something to do with it. But nonetheless, Vinny gave it a 9.2, and you know, if you're misogynist, that'll mean all the world to you. So
if you're a misogynist, me giving an all-girl band 9.2 will mean all the world to you.
Nobody asked you to go into this big discussion.
It wasn't a big
explanation of your scoring. That's it, folks.
I didn't explain the score. What are you talking about? That's it, folks. That's all she wrote. Having said that, dear listener, Vin out.
Sori out.